Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have with us here today Adam Penenberg. He authored Viral Loop from Facebook to Twitter, How Today's Smartest Business Grow Themselves. Adam, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
Not too bad. How are you today?
Good. Thanks for being with us today. Appreciate it. Hey, if we want to understand that all things are viral, is Viral Loop the book that will get people there?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that if you look at the internet, especially the internet, it's the whole mechanism for how things spread is viral.
Sure. You know, making things viral, and some people, in my opinion, they try really, really hard. Why do they fail? I mean, there's got to be a reason why there's certain things like eBay, Facebook, Twitter, which take off, but other ones, they don't do so well, do they?
That's true. You know, I mean, I think either you really hit it out of the park or you don't, and then you never hear of those businesses that don't take off.
Sure. I know there's a lot of great ideas out there, Adam. It doesn't make sense to me. Is it their approach to trying to make their product or service viral?
I think that part of it is if you're trying to go viral, you probably won't.
Yeah.
I think what you really need to realize is if you want people to spread your product for you, then you have to make it something that they really like.
Right.
And not only do you ask them to do it, I mean, you know, who's going to do it that way?
Sure.
They want to do it.
Yeah.
When they want to do it, it's a very powerful dynamic.
I mean, it's almost like anti-marketing marketing, isn't it? It's like you can't market it, otherwise people feel like it's spam or it's being pushed in their face, and they're turned off by that, aren't they?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, people who are on social networks like Facebook, they're very hard for marketers to get to, and marketers know that. And yet that's where people are. That's where they're congregating. So how do you reach them?
Right. All right. So what's the recipe then to anti-market market?
Well, I think part of it is that, you know, you have to come up with a way of creating the product in the first place that is something worth spreading.
Yeah.
If it's not worth spreading, no one's going to spread it.
All right. So you've got to have something, but everyone thinks they're onto something. They're on the next best slice of bread. How do you determine? You know,
I think that, although maybe there's not a great book in everybody, there is a good business, I think, in most people.
Sure.
And I think that there are ways of getting there today that you couldn't have done years ago. And one thing you can do right now is create a business from scratch. And it can grow really fast online.
Yeah.
And it can grow so fast that it becomes a viable business in no time. And you couldn't do that 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah, how's the best advertising? There's often no advertising at all then.
Well, I think, do you trust your friends and your family more than you trust strangers or advertisers?
Mostly.
So I think that there's this trust mechanism that works with the American consumer.
Yeah.
And, that if a friend of mine tells me, hey, man, you should check out these cool kicks. They're fantastic. They're great for running. You like to run.
Yeah.
I would really try them out probably.
Right.
But if I see an ad for it, I'm much less likely to trust it.
Sure. All right. So you write about viral marketing and also viral networking. What's the difference between the two in Viral Loop?
Well, I think that really what a viral loop is that a company starts to grow really quickly. It grows exponentially because people are passing on the service or the link or whatever to their friends and their friends and their friends and so on and so on.
Right.
And so that's how you create a viral company. A viral network would be something like Facebook on which many other companies can grow on top of.
Sure.
Or stack on top of. So eBay is a viral network. They spawn tons of businesses.
Right.
Facebook has become a one. Twitter is now becoming a network as well.
Yeah. How do some of these, eBay makes sense to me because people can have an interest in that because there's a potential business proposition there. People can put things up on eBay, sell it, so they have a vested interest. But how do companies like Twitter, how do they, they offer a novelty, as it begins out to be, but how do you make money with that? And where's the valuation come in?
Well, the whole valuation thing is like fantasy football.
Right.
I mean, it's not really relevant at all.
Yeah.
I mean, all it means is that people who are investing now have to go in at this valuation.
I see.
That's all it means. So we like to watch it because it tells us a lot about the companies and gives us an indication what people think is, what is worth what.
Right.
In the case of Twitter, they could make money tomorrow if they wanted to.
Right.
But really rightly, I think they're still trying to grow the company because they're still vulnerable at this rate, but if they go to 100 million users or 200 million users or 500 million users,
right,
then the whole game changes, and that's what Facebook has just found out.
All right, so let's talk about that, because at some point you need money, you need revenue to continue your growth. The only way they're going to get is by VC, venture capitalists. So the value here for VCs is not necessarily the revenue model at this time, it's the growth model. Is that what they're looking at, Adam?
Put it this way, I mean, what's Facebook valued at recently? What, $6.5 billion? The reason it is because there are 300 million users.
Right.
And if there were only 3 million users, do you think the valuation would be a lot different?
Yeah. Right.
Well, then, users have value.
Right.
And if you can induce them to use your stuff and stay on a long time, that has incredible power.
Right.
And you can make money off of that.
All right.
The question is, do you want to start doing that now, or do you want to wait until you've really created a mass market of 500 million people? And that's what Facebook would like to do.
Yeah, but isn't there a risk with that strategy? I understand wanting to hit that mass market, but isn't there a risk that at some point you lose critical mass and then you also lose popularity, and then it's too late?
Hey, there are no guarantees in life.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Since we're on the subject of Facebook, how many are out there? You've got Facebook. That's one in what? Thousands, hundreds of thousands that actually take off and go viral. But how many great ideas like Facebook that actually don't make it? Do you have any numbers? Is there anything out there?
I don't think anyone keeps numbers like that, and I'm not even sure how you would crunch them all.
Sure.
But, the idea is that actually the Internet is viral at its core.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets more and more viral the more of us who plug into the Internet, and then the more involved we become.
Right.
And so now we're on our mobile devices, and we're clued in, and we keep in contact with one another, and we Facebook on the fly, And so the more mobile we are, the more interconnected we are, the more viral the Internet becomes, and there is an opportunity for you if you can harness the virality.
Adam, what do you see as the next emerging Facebook? Who is it that not everyone's going to know about right now, but they're going to know about in a year?
Oh, that's a really good question. There's one company in New York called Etsy, E-T-S-Y, that's like an eBay-like auction marketplace for handmade goods.
Uh-huh.
And they're growing at a really rapid clip.
Yeah.
And they're a viral loop company. They're all viral. They don't buy marketing or advertising. Their users market them for them.
Right.
And I think that's a company that you may be hearing more and more of down the road. I don't know about the next Facebook, but I think Facebook is the next Facebook.
Right.
And Twitter is the next Twitter.
Sure.
And I think there are other companies that are going to be growing on top of these companies that you may be hearing about.
All right, there you have it. If there's one thing in viral loop that we've left out here today that you want everyone to know about, what would it be, Adam?
That you can actually write a book that deals with a pretty heady topic like virality, but it can be a lot of fun to read because I tell you all the stories behind Hotmail and the Mosaic browser and eBay and PayPal.
Right.
And they're actually really interesting stories.
Yeah. All right, there you have it. Viral Loop from Facebook to Twitter, how today's smartest businesses grow themselves. And today we have book author Adam Penenberg with us today. Adam, do you have a website? People can check it out?
Sure. We have viralloop.com.
Yeah.
And you can always check out my old and moldy personal website, penenberg.com.
Nice, penenberg.com. You saw the name up on the screen. All right. Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com. Is that where we can get a copy, Adam?
You can get them at most major booksellers. At least I hope so. That's what they tell me.
Very nice, Adam. Thanks for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You bet. Adam Penenberg, folks. The Viral Loop is the name of the book. Head out today, get a copy.